All right, everybody, 7:30. Welcome to the Surprise Scamaware 101 live stream. We figured we'd do a surprise live stream for Consumer Protection Week, National Consumer Protection Week. So we figured we'd squeeze in a extra live stream this week. We don't usually do Fridays and this late, so we'll give our West Coast people a chance to maybe get in on a live stream, and we'll see if we can get some more viewers or some more exposure to some new viewers on a Friday. And on that note, I hope everybody's Friday is doing well. Say hi in the chat, hit the heart, let us know that you're with us and watching. We'll get started in a couple minutes here. And if you've never attended one of our live streams before, we typically do our weekly live stream every Thursday. We did one yesterday as well. And what we're trying to do is spread awareness about common scams that are trending, and ways to protect yourself and your loved ones. So click that heart. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're watching. Say hello in the chat. We'll get started momentarily. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. And we're going to do this live stream a little different than our typical Thursday live streams. We usually do, we jump into scam headlines and we go over the trending scams to get an idea which ones are getting media attention and being warned about this week. But we're going to skip that. We're going to go straight into some scam examples and get right into it. At 7:35, we're going to get started. So a couple more minutes. We're going to start breaking out these examples. Because awareness is key when it comes to protecting yourself and your loved ones from these scams. There's always these small little red flags, these little details that could help protect you from a scam or recognize a scam. And that's part of our mission here, is to spread awareness of those red flags, those details, so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones. And we're going to show you actual examples of these scams as well. We're going to show you examples of text message scams. We're going to play some recordings of phone call scams, show you some email scams. If you've seen them before or you've heard about them already, you're much more likely to spot the scam sooner if you're being targeted. That's part of our mission here, is to spread awareness, show you examples, let you know which scams are trending, what's going on out there. One of the things you're going to hear me mention a lot on this stream, one of the key things that I try to drive home with people, is that you can't trust the caller ID. You're going to hear me mention that a lot. And if you're not aware of that, now you should be. You can't trust what the caller ID says. These scammers, they're able to show the phone number of who they're impersonating. So they'll impersonate the sheriff's office, and they'll actually show the sheriff's office phone number on your caller ID. They'll impersonate your bank, and they'll show the bank's phone number on the caller ID. So a lot of victims, this is how they fall for it. They see their bank's phone number on the caller ID, and they think, okay, it must be the bank. They don't realize that a scammer can manipulate what the caller ID shows. So you're going to hear me mention that a lot through this live stream. And because when you read some of these victims' stories and what happened to them, a lot of them just straight up say, the caller ID showed the bank's phone number. I thought I was talking to the bank. So it's important to know that you can't trust that. We know that these scammers are actively changing and manipulating what the caller ID shows for a lot of current scams that are circulating right now. So you need to be aware of that. We'll get started in a minute or two here. We have two streams going. We have a vertical version and a widescreen version, in case you prefer to view on your phone or for those viewing on your PC or TV. right, we get started. One more minute here. Got a couple people messaging me that are going to join. Just give them another minute or two. In the meantime, say hi in the chat. Click the heart. Let me know you're watching. Tell me how you found us. If you're a subscriber, or if you just saw some recommended videos. See more people joining here. Good to see you. Say hello in the chat. Click the heart. I want to hear your stories too. Hey, John, welcome to the internet, John. We see that John made it. Excellent. Good to see you, John. We're just about ready to get started here. But like I was saying, I want to hear your experiences. If you've been scammed, if you know someone that's been scammed, let us know in the chat. If you recognize any of these red flags, or there's a scam that you're constantly being targeted by, tell us about it in the chat. Other people might be experiencing that same scam. I can tell you almost everybody's getting that unpaid toll text message scam that's going around. We're going to be talking about that one, of course. Can't talk about scams without talking about that one. All right, let's kick this off. Welcome to our surprise live stream on this Friday. We don't live stream on Fridays. We usually do our weekly live stream on Thursday, as we did yesterday. But I'm having a surprise live stream today for National Consumer Protection Week. And that week is closing. It was this week. And last day is tomorrow. So I'm squeezing in a surprise scam awareness live stream for today in celebration of that week. So live streams going to be a little different than our usual ones. I'm going to skip the headlines. Or if we get a little crowded later and people want to do the headlines, I'll go through the headlines again too. But we're going to kick this off with some actual examples of some common scams that are circulating right now that people are falling for, that unfortunately there's many victims losing lots and lots of money to. It's important to be aware of these scams. A little awareness could save you a lot of headache later. What a lot of people don't realize is that these types of scams, it's very hard to recover your money. It's not covered by the bank. It's not insured by the bank in most cases. And victims are often surprised to find out afterwards that they can't get their money back. So being aware of these scams, preventing yourself and your loved ones from becoming a victim, knowing what they're targeting you with and the scams that are going around, they're most likely to be targeted with. That's all key to preventing yourself from becoming a victim. It's critical to spot these scams before it's too late. Because once you give away your money, once you give your money to these scammers, very unlikely you're gonna get back. And they're targeting us in all different ways. I mean, they're targeting us over the phone with phone calls. They're targeting us with text messages. They're targeting our emails. And they're even using traditional postal mail. There's mail being delivered, physical letters that are scam letters, which I could also show you some examples on as well later in this live stream if we go that deep. So it's important to be aware of all these scams, all the different ways that they're targeting you, the types of scams that they're targeting you with. And that's our goal here at Scamware 101 with these live streams, is to spread awareness. We also have our YouTube channel where we release videos on these scams. A lot of scams we're going to talk about, we already have videos on our YouTube channel for. So if there's any scams that you think that your friends or loved ones are being targeted with, or that they should definitely know about, you could probably check out our YouTube channel and find a video that we already did that you could share with them about that specific scam. So, and I'll mention which ones we have videos about too as we go through our live stream here. So, thank you for joining us again. Say hi in the chat if you're new. Click the heart, click the like, subscribe to our channel, and let's kick this off. So the first scam that we're going to talk about is going to be tech support scams. And the thing about these tech support scams, how they work is the scammer impersonates tech support and claims there's a virus or problem with the victim's device. They then request access to the victim's PC to steal personal information and financial data. The thing that's especially tricky about these tech support scams is that a lot of times it'll be a fake virus pop-up. Right? A fake virus pop-up pops up on a person's screen. They don't realize it's a fake virus pop-up, and the virus pop-up tells them to call a phone number. It actually tricks the victim into calling a scammer. And I'm going to show you some examples of these pop-ups. It's important to be aware of them, and I'll show you how to identify that they're the fraudulent and fake pop-ups. But what's important to recognize about this scam is it doesn't just target Windows users. It doesn't just target Apple users. Actually, it targets all your devices. It'll target your PC. It'll target your Android device, your iPhone. Those pop-ups could appear on any device that's browsing the internet. And the goal is to trick you and trick the victim into calling that phone number. So let's take a look at a couple of these pop-ups to give you an idea. And I'm going to start with some of these generic looking pop-ups, right? So I'm going to show you 3 different generic pop-ups just to give you an idea of the type of fake virus alerts I'm talking about. But then I'm going to show you some more convincing ones that are out there as well. So here's the first generic version of a pop-up that could lead to a tech support scam. Which, by the way, we do have a video about these tech support scams too, that they include all these examples. So you can always share our video with your loved ones later too to make them aware of this scam. But anyway, this is the first example of a kind of a generic pop-up that's a fake virus alert. And this is part of a tech support scam. Big red scary letters, warning, 5 viruses detected, call us immediately. Right? But if you call that phone number, you're going to be connected to a scammer. And a scammer is going to try to get access to your computer. And so many people are falling for this type of scam. Right? And it's because of the scary language, right? System crashing, file deletion, theft of personal data, Wi-Fi loss, infections on your other devices. Scammers like to use fear to try and force victims to think or to act without thinking, right? And this is an example of how they do it. And they're very successful. So this is one example of a pop-up you might get. And how you know for sure that it's a fake pop-up is it has a number to call. Real virus alerts won't have a phone number to call. So here's another example. Another generic version of a virus alert that you might get. Warning, check your computer now. Data exposed to risk, your credit card details, your email passwords, Facebook, private photos, right? And that says call this number immediately. But if you call that number, you're going to be connected to a scammer. And the scammer's going to try to get access to your PC. And once they have access to your PC, they're going to try to get into your online banking. They're going to steal your files. It's getting access to your PC is like a gold mine to scammers. So do not call this number if you get a virus alert like this. Real virus alerts won't have a phone number on them. Here's another example. These are generic ones. I'll show you some more convincing ones in a minute. And they all follow the same theme, right? They're all big red letters, warning, exclamation points, scary language. Call tech support now. But if you call, you'll be connected to a scammer. He's going to try to get onto your computer. Now, someone that's computer savvy, they could probably recognize this. You notice that there is an address bar at the top, so you could tell this is just a website pop-up. But someone less computer savvy, the older folks out there or people that don't really use computers, they don't know, right? So to them, this is just a scary virus warning, and good thing it has a number to call. They don't realize that the number is going to connect them to a scammer that's going to steal all their money. So those are a couple generic versions of this type of fake virus alert. But let me show you some more convincing ones. This fake virus alert, which is part of a tech support scam, it's designed to look like McAfee, right? It has McAfee's logo. It has their colors. And it's very convincing looking. Again, someone more computer savvy, they might notice at the top that they see, an address bar, and that's actually just a pop-up from a website. But someone less computer savvy won't realize that. It's a very convincing pop-up. It has the McAfee logo, has the colors, and then it says call the McAfee helpline with a phone number there. But if you call that phone number, you're going to be connected to a scammer. Let me show you another example here. This one, this fake virus alert pop-up, is made to look like Norton. Norton by Symantec. Threats detected, system critically infected, system hard drive may fail. So it uses very scary language to try to trick the victim into calling that phone number. But that's all part of the scam. If the victim calls that phone number, they'll be connected to a scammer. And these scammers won't just charge you, $100 for removing a fake virus. These scammers will actually try to get onto your computer, and they're going to try to take everything you have. They're going to try to get into every single online banking account you have. They're going to try to steal all your financial information. They're going to try to steal information about you so they could open accounts under your name, personal information that you might have on your computer. They won't just stop. These aren't little petty theft type of crimes. These scammers, they want everything you have. All your money, all your accounts. So if you get a virus pop-up like this, it's fake. It's a scam. And the giveaway is that it shows a phone number. It has a phone number there. Real virus alerts won't have a phone number to call. Let me show you another example. This one impersonates Windows Defender. It has Microsoft's logo, has the colors, has that scary pop-up. The following data has been compromised. Email credentials, banking passwords, Facebook login. But this is a fake alert. It says contact Windows support, but that's not Windows support. If you call that phone number, you're going to be connected to a scammer who's going to try to access your PC and steal your banking and your money. And here's one more example of Windows Defender, a fake pop-up. Same idea. It shows the Microsoft logo, scary language, threat detected, spyware. That says call Windows support. But if you call, you'll be connected to a scammer. It is all part of the scam we're talking about, known as a tech support scam. The idea is to trick victims into calling this number for tech support, and that actually connects them to a scammer. And it's a clever scam because the victim lets their guard down because they're actually calling the scammer instead of the scammer calling them. We all have our guard up for like the phone calls that come in. We try to keep our guard up for like text messages that come in. But when you're the one actually calling, you're letting your guard down, right? Because you think that you're calling tech support and they're dealing with tech support, but that's how they get you. So those are some examples of fake pop-ups that are targeted for Windows users. But like I said, this type of scam is not just targeting Windows users. It also targets Apple users, your phones, right? Your iPhones it'll target, your Android devices. So let me show you some examples of some fake pop-ups that target Apple users. So everybody needs to be aware of this scam, these fake virus alerts. So here's one that it even has a Safari logo. It targets Apple users and even has a Safari logo right there. And it follows the same idea. Big, scary, red letters, right? Virus found. And it says call this number. And data at risk, right? It tries to scare the user into calling. Oh, hold on one second. You're just telling me that you're not seeing the examples. Are we not seeing the examples? you guys not seeing the examples that I'm bringing up on my screen? Let's see what's going on here. Oh shit, you're not. One stream is, the other stream isn't, it looks like. Yeah, the vertical stream sees them. The wide one isn't for some reason. Let's see what's going on with that. It's a good thing that there's only one person in the widescreen one. Everybody's in the vertical one. Interesting. I wonder why it's just doing it for that one. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Let me just see if I can fix it on the regular screen here. Thanks for letting me know, Sam. Appreciate it. Strange. I wonder why it's there we go. Let's see if this works. All right, let's see if that's fixing the on the widescreen now. Yep, looks good now. Yeah, looks like it's working now. Okay. Weird. I wonder why it did that. Whatever. They both had the same settings. I don't know why it would stop for one and not the other. But, alright, cool. We're good now. Thanks, Sam. I'm glad we found that out in the first, well, we're going over the first example. Maybe when I start the live stream for the first 5 minutes, I should click around the screen and make sure everybody reports it's good. But anyway, let's go back to this tech support scam that we're talking about here. And basically, this is when these fake virus alerts pop up and they try to convince you to call tech support. And they target any device, computer, mobile device, your iPhone, Apple, Windows, it doesn't matter. As long as it has internet access, you can get one of these fake virus alert pop-ups. And those are known as tech support scams. And in this example is the example, the one that actually targets Apple users specifically. So your Mac computer has 13 infections, big scary red letters. It lists all your data that's supposedly at risk, but it's fake. It's not real. It's all part of a scam. And a scam is they're trying to get you to call that number for tech support And when you call that number, you're going to be connected to a scammer. I have two more examples of these fake Apple virus pop-ups too. Here's another one. It impersonates Apple. So it has Apple's logo. Pop-up warning: your macOS is infected with viruses. It has a number to call. Please call Apple support, but it's going to connect it to a scammer. And one more. This is similar to the last one. It shows Apple's logo, and that says call the Apple helpline. It has a number to call, but it's going to connect it to a scammer. So you need to watch out for these fake virus alerts, these fake pop-ups. They're known as tech support scams. Some victims reported being contacted by phone and by email saying, hey, you have a virus, call this number for support. So that is also a common version of a tech support scam. But the most common version, I believe, is the fake pop-ups that people get because they think it's their actual antivirus. It's very convincing looking pop-ups. But again, the main takeaway is that if it shows a phone number to call, it's fake. A real virus alert won't show a phone number to call. So be aware of those tech support scams. Make sure your loved ones are aware of that, especially the older folks that aren't too computer savvy out there. Hey, if you're just joining, say hi in the chat. We're doing a surprise scam awareness live stream. We usually don't live stream on Fridays, but we're live streaming today in honor of National Consumer Protection Week, going over some common scam examples to be aware of, how to protect yourself, protect your loved ones. I'm running out of coffee already. I'd like to take a coffee break that soon. All right. Next scam we're going to talk about is a wrong number scam. Have you ever wondered why you get so many text messages from people with the wrong number? Well, it's because it's a scam. And I'm going to explain how this scam works. I'm going to show you many, many examples of these wrong number scams. Now, the point of a wrong number scam is to find new victims. And in a lot of cases, a wrong number scam is how pig butchering scams actually start. Someone will receive a text message from a stranger, and the text message will be meant for somebody else, or appear to be meant for somebody else. And then when you tell a person they have a wrong number, they try to continue a conversation. They try to build up a friendship, and then they eventually try to scam you. So what the wrong number scam is, this is a way that the scammer makes contact with new victims. And a wrong number scam can start in so many ways. Right? It could start with just something like, excuse me, is this Emma? Hey Anna, I'm Josie. Or even just hi. And the thing about these wrong number scams is, that's the point, is that they want to cause confusion. They want the person to reply back and say, who is this? Or you have the wrong number. So it will purposely be vague, or it will purposely be addressed to someone else, because the scammer wants you to reply back. Now, once you reply back, we have some examples of how the conversation might go. And the idea is, first they want to get some information about you, right? So in this example, hi Margaret, are you Lillian? The person replies back, no, I'm Izzy. Right, the scammer says, I'm really sorry. I think I made a mistake between your number and Lillian's number. I hope I didn't disturb your good day. No, it's okay. Right. At that point, if it was really wrong number, the conversation would stop. But because of the wrong number scam, the scammer tries to continue the conversation. Thank you for your understanding and patience. You're a kind person. I hope you have a good day today. I'm a 36-year-old. Would you mind telling me your age? Right. So they're asking the potential new victim's age. And typically they'll ask for age, they'll ask location, and they'll ask name, right? Because then based on that information, they know which scam to proceed with. Here's another example of how the conversation might go. You get a completely random message. Have a cup of coffee together, right? So the person replies back, who is this? They go to the story. It's not my friend. Looking for my friend Laura. I'm Zoe. Yeah, you have the wrong number, right? And at that point, the conversation should stop. But not in a wrong number scam. They try to continue the conversation. I'm sorry. I thought this was Laura's number. I think I dialed the wrong number. I hope I'm not bothering you. Thank you for your kindness to my situation. I just realized I entered the wrong area code. Where are you from? Right. So now this example asks where they're from. So the last example asks, what's your age? This example asks where are you from. And then I have one more example for you. And this is one that I actually did with someone. We received this text message and we're like, let's go along with it and use it as an example on the videos on the live stream. So we got the random text message, just says hi, and we know what it is, right? We know it's a wrong number scam. So reply back, hi, who's this? We just act like somebody who doesn't know, just use for the example. I'm Karina. Are you David? We met last week at Linda's party, right? That's just, they always give you some BS reason, met you last week. And so reply back, hi, sorry, you have the wrong number. Right. Oh my gosh, I checked and found out I entered the wrong area code. I hope this doesn't bother you. That's okay, no problem. Right at that point, the conversation should stop. If it was really wrong number. But it continues. Thank you very much. You're a very polite person. I hope we could be friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. What could I call you? So they're asking my name, right? We said Pat because Pat could be a woman or a man. So we just replied Pat to cause a little confusion. But we replied Pat, and then they put, you have a beautiful name. I'm from Malaysia, currently living in Los Angeles. Where do you live? At that point, we just cut off the conversation. But this is how it goes. They initiate the contact with potential victims by pretending they have a wrong number, and then they try to befriend you and start asking information about you. Now, eventually, this would have led into either a romance scam or a pig butchering scam. A pig butchering scam is once they kind of lure you in this way, and then they try to convince you to invest money into something, usually crypto investments. But the whole idea of wrong number scam is to pull the new victim in, and then it evolves into a different scam. Once they've made contact with the victim, pulled them in through this wrong number scam, then they switch to romance scam or a pig butchering scam or whatever else they have in mind. Here's an example of a wrong number scam. This one again targeted me. Sometimes they'll include pictures of an attractive woman to get replies back. In this case, got the message, hi Byron, I'm Jane. Right, so right off the bat, it's a wrong number. They put the name of, it's not your name. And it came in at 1:58 p.m. I didn't reply. I knew it was a wrong number scam. Exactly 4 hours later, 5:58 p.m., a follow-up text. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right, so this is probably all automated. It's probably a bot that's sending out and doing the initial conversations, so that's important to be aware of. But, this is just an example of what they'll do. They'll send out pictures and other little tricks to try and get replies from people. There's also a red flag. Eventually during the conversation, they'll probably ask you to use WhatsApp or Telegram. They'll try to get you to switch over to WhatsApp or Telegram, and they'll continue their scam from there. So that's a wrong number scam. The best thing you could do, right, is click the report junk link, and delete the message. Some people like to reply back and mess with they think they're messing with the scammer and wasting their time, but it's not worth replying back. It's really not. You reply back and you're letting them know your number is real, first of all, that you read the messages and interact. So they'll target you with more scams. They have their number, they'll target you with more scams. So it's best not even to reply back. Click report junk, delete the text message. The best thing you do is not engage. So, how you doing out there? If you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. Click that heart. click like, give us a thumbs up. And we're here spreading awareness of scams. We usually do our live stream every Thursday, which we did yesterday, but today we're doing a surprise live stream for National Consumer Protection Week. So we're doing a surprise live stream showing you some more common scams. We just went over a tech support scam. That's all fake virus pop-ups that try to trick you into calling a scammer. And right now we're going over a wrong number scam, showing you examples of text messages that come in. They're conversation initiated by a scammer, trying to make you think they got a wrong number. But what they're really doing is they're searching for victims, and they're trying to get people to reply. Even replying to say you have a wrong number lets them know that they can reach you. So, I'm drinking my coffee out of my Scam Aware 101 coffee mug, which you could get on our YouTube channel. Keeping the coffee warm. Have a lot more scam examples to go over. So click that like button, click the heart. We'll see if we get some more people in here. This is an example of wrong number scam, wrong number text message scam that I have on my screen. It was funny. So we actually had a video about these wrong number scams. We have a video on our YouTube channel. It actually got 78,000 views. And lots of comments on that video. And in the comments, people were saying they got the exact same text message, the exact same picture. So the next example of scam that we're going to go over is a fake order scam. Now this scam is extremely common right now. It's important to be aware of. And one of the reasons why it's extremely common right now is because it's actually targeting victims from all angles, meaning that the scammers are targeting people over the phone. They're targeting people with text messages. They're targeting people with emails, all part of these fake order scams. I'm going to show you examples of each of them. So the first example of a fake order scam I'm going to show you is a text message version. And this version was reported to me by multiple people. It's this exact same text message. And basically it's a fake notification saying that an order was placed at an Apple store using your iCloud ID on Apple Pay. And again, multiple people sent me this exact same text message. So this one's currently circulating. Multiple people are receiving it. And what it is it's a fake notification saying you placed an order. And then it says to call this phone number to dispute it. But that's the scam. If you call the phone number to dispute it, you'll be talking to a scammer. You'll think you'll be talking to customer support, but you'll actually be talking to a scammer. So be suspicious of this text message. And even though it has a link to like a legit apple.com site at the bottom, that's all part of the scam. What they're really trying to do, they're trying to get you to call the phone number. If you call the number, you'll be connected to a scammer. And they'll try to get your personal details, they'll try to get your financial details, and sometimes these scammers even try to get on your PC to help troubleshoot the issue. But it's actually a scammer, and they're going to steal all your passwords, your logins, your banking details. So watch out for this one. So this is the text message version. And again, a lot of people have been receiving this exact same text message. It was reported to me. It's extremely common right now. But these fake order scams are also targeting people by phone. And I have two recordings to play for you right now of the phone call version of this scam. So I'm going to play that for you right now.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
So that was a call that was saying that a MacBook Pro was purchased for $1,400 under my Amazon account. And then to dispute it, it says to press 1. But if you dispute it, you'll be connected to a scammer. So there was no actual MacBook purchase under my Amazon account. This is all part of a fake order scam. They trick you into calling to dispute a fake order. That's how the scammer initiates contact. So that was one phone call. Let me play another version of this phone call. And one of the points to remember about these fake order scams, they could say any item. They could say any vendor. The whole point is they just want you to dispute it because you know you didn't place an order. So they'll just make up anything. They'll make up any item that might be popular, any vendor that might be popular. And they say, hey, you purchased this item at here, press 1 to dispute it. You press 1, or if you call a number or a text message, you're going to be connected to a scammer, and they're going to try to steal your personal, your financial information. Here, let me play another recording for you here. This one is another example of a fake order notification phone call. And this one claims that you purchased a PlayStation at Walmart. So let's take a listen to that one.
We are trying to contact you concerning an unverified purchase of PlayStation 5 Special Edition bundled with Pulse 3D headset being ordered from your Walmart account for an amount of $859.50. If you did not authorize this transaction or wish to cancel, please press 1 or return our call on same number at your earliest convenience.
So that's another example of a fake order scam phone call. And I don't know if you noticed the one red flag there too. It said call back at number, right? So that's always a red flag. If they're leaving you a voicemail and they're saying the call back at number, on screen, they're not actually leaving a number to call. That's a red flag that it's a scammer as well. But anyway, so that's a recording of a fake order scam phone call. It says that you purchased a PlayStation under your Walmart account, and they press 1 to dispute it. But if you press 1, you'll be connected to a scammer, right? So you're being targeted by phone. These voicemails are going around. These phone calls are going around. You're being targeted by text message, right, where it says you made a purchase at the Apple Store and to call this number to dispute it, right? But people are also being targeted by email. And what we have here is a story from a victim to share who fell for this scam. And in her case, she was targeted by email. So let me read that. This article is from August last year, so not too long ago. A 23-year-old Lincoln woman reported losing $4,100 after falling victim to an identity fraud scam in July. The scam began on July 17th with an email claiming she had purchased an iPhone. The woman called the number provided in the email to dispute the purchase and was told she had multiple open accounts in her name across various states. She was informed someone was using her identity. So I'm going to pause right there. This is an example of the fake order scam, the email version, right? She received an email claiming she purchased an iPhone. That's the fake order. The email said to call this number to dispute it. She called the number. She doesn't realize it, but she's getting connected to a scammer. She thinks she's just talking to support. She's getting connected to a scammer. All right, so that's how the fake order scam works. It's used to get the person to call a scammer. Right? Once they're connected to a scammer, the end scam could vary. But typically, it follows the same narrative that we're about to discuss right now, that this lady talks about in her in this victim story. According to police, so right, she called up, she's talking to a scammer, she doesn't realize it. They told her that her identity's been stolen. Right? According to police, scammers then connected the woman to a person posing as a CIA agent who instructed her to withdraw $3,600 from her bank account. The next day, she was directed to use money to purchase cash cards at Walmart, and send photos and receipts. Additionally, the woman sent another $500 cash card to the scammers. Lincoln Police Department reminds the community that no government agency will demand money over the phone or via gift cards. Right? So believe it or not, this is an extremely common narrative that these scammers use once they have you on the phone. Right? Once they hook you, is they tell you that, oh, someone's making these purchases under your account. They stole your identity. They have access to your bank account. Your money's not safe in the bank. You need to withdraw that money. Right? So that's a very common narrative that the scammers use to scare victims into withdrawing their money. They tell them that their money's not safe there. Somebody stole your identity and they're using your money. And that's what happened to this woman. She fell for this fake order notification scam. Right? She got an email saying she purchased an iPhone and to call this number to dispute it. She called the number to dispute it. She's connected to a scammer, doesn't realize it. They tell her someone stole her identity, is running around purchasing iPhones. Right? They tell her that someone has access to her bank account. She needs to withdraw her money from the bank account to keep it safe. Right? She withdraws the money. Then they tell her to purchase gift cards at Walmart and send them. So that's how that scam went. Lots of red flags, and we'll discuss some red flags a little later in this live stream. But yeah, that's the email version of this fake order notification scam. So again, one of the reasons why this fake order notification scam is so popular is because it is targeting victims across multiple communication forms, right? Emails, text messages, phone calls. So watch out for these fake order scams. All right, cool. How we doing out there in the chat? Don't see many people in the wide screen, but got the vertical screens popping tonight. All right, cool. Welcome to the live stream, Katie. Yeah, this was a surprise live stream. We usually don't do it Fridays. I did Thursday. I did yesterday's too. But I figured for National Consumer Protection Week, let me squeeze an extra live stream today on Friday. Yeah, maybe hit a different audience, see if we get some new viewers in here. So good to see you today. Oh, yeah, and I went to send you that report from Social Catfish from last week. And when I popped in my email address to get the results, they tried to charge me. So I hit cancel, and I actually removed the link off my resources page. I don't like that. I thought they included some kind of free results, but they asked my email and then tried to make me pay to get the results, and I was like, nah, not gonna happen. So anyway, that's why I didn't send those reverse image lookup results to you, because I wasn't gonna pay to get them. But I didn't forget about you. So let's see, the next scam. Which one should we talk about next? I think we'll go into red flags after that. Let's talk about the I think I'm gonna wait till I have some more viewers before we do the IRS one. We have a bunch of a couple IRS scams to talk about, a couple tax related scams to talk about. Do the road toll one. Hey, if you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. We usually don't do these live streams on Fridays, so it's a special occasion. Click that heart, say hello, tell us about your experience with any scams. If you've fallen victim, know someone who's fallen a victim, or some common scams that you're being targeted with. Right now, we're just going over some common scam examples. A little different than our usual live stream. If you don't check us out on Thursdays, definitely check us out on Thursdays. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to go over the Social Security scam email. And I'll do the road toll scam one after that, after a coffee break maybe. Actually, no, screw it. I think we'll take 5 minutes now since the viewers are. There's only a few viewers right now. I'm going to take a 5 minute, refill my coffee. Then when we get back, we're going to talk about the road toll scam and go into red flags, I think. How are we all doing out there today? Just as I said, a bunch of new viewers popped in. How are we all doing out there today? Say hello in the chat. Click the heart. Let us know how you found us. We're just going over some common scam examples, spreading awareness about scams and what to watch out for. We do this live stream every week, usually on Thursdays. We did our live stream on Thursday too, but we're just doing another one today, just since it's National Consumer Protection Week. So, doing our part to help protect the consumers from scams across the nation. You can join our email list on scamaware101.com. Hey, Katie, you still here? Just wasn't sure if you heard me about that report, that reverse image report from last week we were talking about. All right, I'm going to go fill up my coffee cup. I'll be back in 5 minutes for more scam examples and red flags. In the meantime, click that heart, click that like, say hello in the chat if you're just joining us. Lots of good stuff coming up soon, so subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Stick around for a couple minutes, and we're going to get into some good stuff shortly. All right, people, how we doing? I just read why we're here, Case. Sorry to hear that. All right, get started again in another minute or two here. Yeah, social catfish was was annoying because I took the link off my resources page, even though I'm an approved affiliate. I took the link off just because they made you go through all that. I submit the image. They took like 5 minutes to run a scan. You're sitting there waiting, and then it says, okay, enter your email address for your results. So you enter your email address, and then after that they're like, to continue, pay $8 or something like that. And I was like, I'd like that. So I didn't continue. So I didn't get the results from Social Catfish. I thought they at least gave you a preview or something, like the other reverse images, but yeah, so I don't like the idea of sending people there and then you go through all that and then at the very end it's like, pay for the results. All right, cool. Let me get the second part of this live stream going. Going into our second hour here. We're just wrapped up our first hour. Reviewed some common scams. And we're going to continue reviewing some more common scams on our special Friday live stream. Usually live stream on Thursdays, but since it's National Consumer Protection Week, we're doing an extra live stream right now. I did a little late today too, for give our people on the West Coast more of a chance to join. See if we get some more viewers out there. Within 1 sec, we're about ready to go into some more examples here. We're going to start off with the example of a Social Security Administration impersonation scam. In other words, an email that pretends to be from Social Security. That's not. All right, cool. So in this example, this is an email that went out, and it's a scam email that impersonates the Social Security Administration. And it's a little trickier to tell on a phone that it's a scam email. But you can see that basically what it says is, get your new information now. To see your statement, please download the file from this link. And then the link looks like it actually points to Social Security Administration, SSA.gov. But it doesn't. The text says that, but the link itself, it actually points to a scammer website. And it's a little tricky to actually tell that on a mobile device like a phone. Also, you can't see the email address, right? So on a phone, you actually have to click where it says Department of to view the email address. But anyway, it says, we hope you find your new statement useful and informative. There's a couple of giveaways in this. You could see that the punctuation and capitalization is off in that sentence. That's always a little bit of an indicator that you're not dealing with something official. Right, it's got the S of statement capitalized for randomly. And there's no period at the end of the sentence. So those are little hints that you're also dealing with a scam. And then the very last line, it says, this file works on computers only. So that's a big red flag right there. This file works on computers only. That's because it's probably going to try to download a virus if you click that link. But anyway, so this is how this fake email that impersonates the Social Security Administration, this is how it looks on the phone. But on a computer, it's a little bit easier to tell that it's a scam, right? First of all, you have the email address visible now, right? And it's something in, I believe we looked up this .ke extension a week or two ago, right? I think it's a Kenya extension. So safaricom.co.kenya. No reply. So obviously it's not from the Social Security Administration, right? And then when you hover the mouse over the link, you can actually see where it points to, and it's not SSA.gov. It's a website just made up letters and numbers, which is going to probably download a virus on your computer, since this file works on computers only. So, but this is an actual example of a Social Security impersonation scam that's circulating right now, circulating this email. And Social Security impersonation scams, they're extremely common. They're extremely common. A lot of them by phone, even though just the example I'm showing you by email is one, but there's many impersonators calling by phone, scammers calling potential victims, and the caller ID will show the number of Social Security. It'll show the correct number, but the scammer knows how to manipulate that number to show it. So a scammer will call you, they will impersonate Social Security, and your caller ID will show Social Security's number. So be aware that Social Security Administration, impersonation scams, extremely common, whether you're being targeted by email, targeted over the phone. There's lots of warnings on the Social Security, their official website as well. Warnings about these scams. In fact, the letters that they send out, the actual letters on the envelope, around the outside of them, it says, be aware of scams, Social Security scams. So it's extremely common. And we're going to see more of it this time of year, and as things are happening with Social Security, as changes are being made, we're going to see more scams that target it. Scammers monitor the media, they monitor the news, they know, they know when's a good time to target people with certain scams. And whenever there's talk about changes to Social Security or the beginning of the year when certain changes are going into effect, the scammers, they start cycling these Social Security scams. Just like the IRS and tax scams we're going to be going over a little bit too, because it's tax season this time of year, so that's when the scams start picking up for IRS and taxes, and here they are for Social Security. So watch out for these fake emails impersonating Social Security. A lot of times they'll say you need to click a link to update something, but this one just makes it look like there's a report or whatever to download. But don't click that link, because it's going to download a virus, not a report. So be aware of Social Security Administration scams, impersonation. Make sure your loved ones know about that. If you have any older folks that, they're at the age where they're living off Social Security, make sure they're aware of these scams too. Because they're more likely to fall for these scams, since they're more, they're part of Social Security. So to them, getting an email from Social Security might not, seem so crazy. Because these scammers don't impersonate anybody. They impersonate government agencies. We have a few more scam examples we're going to go over where they do just that. So that's an example of Social Security scam, administration, impersonation scam. The next scam we're going to talk about, I'm going to do bank impersonation next. All right. We're going to do an example of a bank impersonation scam next. And this one's circulating right now, too. The example I'm going to show is only a couple weeks old. And we see reports about this type of scam regularly, these bank impersonation scams. In the meantime, if you're just joining us, click that heart, say hello in the chat, let us know you're watching. Give us a like, click the thumbs up. Help us spread awareness of scams. That's why we do these live streams, help spread awareness. If you received any of the text messages that we're going to show, any of the emails that we show, or any other versions of the scams that we're going to show, tell us in the chat. We want to hear your story. You know, the more we spread awareness, the more we share stories, the more it helps other people, you know. And you can help by clicking that thumbs up, clicking the heart, subscribing to our channel, because then the algorithm shows our content more. And by showing our content more, it's spreading awareness. All right, so this next scam we're going to go over is actually a bank impersonation scam. And the example that I have on my screen right now is a real text message that was sent by a scammer. But there's a story that goes along with this text message. And part of this bank impersonation scam is that the scammers call people over the phone. Not just text message, but they call them over the phone too. And in the case of this text message example, the person that submitted this text to me also received a phone call immediately before receiving the text. Right? So part of this whole bank impersonation scam is to call the victim first on the phone, and they impersonate the bank on the phone. If the victim doesn't answer, they send a text message, like the one that you see on my screen. So that's what happened in the case of the person that submitted this. They received a call from the scammer, right? And on the caller ID, important point, on the caller ID, it showed the bank's phone number, right? But she didn't answer the phone. Immediately after not answering, she got a text message from the scammer impersonating the bank. So these bank impersonation scams, they're targeting victims by the phone and by text message. And we already know that there's emails and phishing emails that impersonate banks as well. But the example on your screen is a text message. Now, before we talk about this text message, I just want to mention the phone call one more time, right? They attempted to reach her by phone first. And if they had reached her by phone, they would have told her that there's transactions on your account, and they would have went into that whole narrative of your identity has been stolen, someone has access to your money, you need to withdraw your money, right? And that's the fake narrative that they'll use to steal your money. So they call up, they impersonate the bank. The caller ID shows the bank's phone number. And that's key to know. That's key to be aware of, and that's key to tell your loved ones, right? If you pick up anything from this example, that's what you need to pick up, is that the caller ID cannot be trusted, right? Just because it shows the bank's phone number doesn't mean that it is. And scammers know this, and they know to manipulate that phone number to show the bank's phone number, right? So you'll think you're talking to the bank, you're talking to a scammer, right? So anyway, that's the first part of the scam. They try to reach a person by phone, very convincing, right? If the person doesn't answer the phone, they send you a text message. And the text message is meant to look like one of those activity alerts. You know, those standard alerts you get when sometimes you'll use your credit card in a different state when you're traveling, and you'll get a notification because it's unusual, right? That's what they do. They send this, the scammer sends this text message, and it's an activity alert, a fake activity alert saying, you know, did you attempt a transaction at Walgreens for $250? This one impersonates TD Bank, but we've seen examples of many other banks. So it's not just TD Bank where they're impersonating. Yesterday, we were going over some recent scam headlines, and there was a victim sharing her story, and it was USAA Bank, right? So these bank impersonation scammers, though, they impersonate many banks. And this is an example of the text message they sent, trying to get a reply from the victim. Now, if the victim replied, at the very least, the scammer would know it's an active number and to keep sending scams. But this would have went a lot deeper. If the victim had replied, the scammer would have then tried to get more information out of them, including like usernames, passwords, bank account details, things like that. They might try to actually log into the person's bank account and ask for them to reply with the security code, you know, the MFA code that gets sent. So there's lots of things that a scammer could do if you fall for this text message, all resulting in eventually you're going to lose money. You know, they're going to steal the money from you. But some key giveaways about this text message, though. We actually got confirmation from the bank about how to verify if these text messages are actually from your bank or not. And there's a couple of giveaways on this text message that indicates that it's not from the bank, right? The biggest giveaway is the number that it comes from. So see how it's actually coming from a real phone number? If this was from the bank, it would have been from a short 5-digit number, You know how you get those text messages that are like the short 5-digit numbers? If this had been from the bank, it would have been from that. It wouldn't have been an actual phone number like this. Another good way is if this had been from the bank, it would have included an indicator of what account it was referencing. Meaning it would have included like the last 4 digits of the account. It would have given some kind of indicator which TD bank account it's referencing. The fact that it's missing that indicates that it's a scam text. But just if it did include that, that doesn't mean you should trust it though. Because the scammers, they might know the last 4 digits of your account, for example. So, but the fact that it's missing indicates that this isn't actually from your bank. So those were 2 big indicators that the bank specifically told us, identifies this as a fake text message. And there's a couple other little giveaways in general that are good rules of thumb. The word transaction is capitalized for no reason. Right, and that's TD Bank. The word card is capitalized for no reason. So, like, it has these little giveaways, like the capitalization and punctuation, things like that. And not is capitalized for no reason. But yeah, these bank impersonation scams, you gotta watch out for them. And we already know they're targeting victims by phone. They're targeting victims with text messages like these. The phone calls come in and it shows a phone number like it's your bank, even though it's not, even though it's a scammer. For example, here's a victim story related to this scam. Right, young Connecticut woman had her bank account drained by scammers after answering trusted Wells Fargo number. Right, so the text message example we showed you was TD Bank. Yesterday we read about a victim for USAA that fell for the scam, and now we're reading a story about a Wells Fargo victim. So the scam goes across all banks. We know they're impersonating all different banks. And honestly, they probably already know, when they're reaching out to victims, they probably already know what bank accounts they have. Because it seems the reports I've been getting are for, it does match up correctly to people that have the accounts at those banks. So they have the information because of data breaches. Like they know details like that about you. But let's read about this woman's story related to these bank impersonation scams. Her account was drained by scammers after answering a trusted Wells Fargo number, right? Very important to get that point across, that the scammers actively use the phone numbers. They change, what the phone numbers show on caller ID. So when Charlotte Stens picked up her phone after getting a call from her bank, the Connecticut woman had no idea that fateful choice would wind up with her crying in the parking lot of her Wells Fargo branch. Unfortunately, like millions of Americans, she was targeted by scammers who wanted access to her account, and they succeeded. Sten's trouble began when she saw a familiar phone number on her caller ID. I got a call from a Wells Fargo number saying that I had fraudulent activity on my account, and that a random person was being sent money from Zelle, she recalled. They told me to go onto my account and that I needed to secure my Zelle on my end by sending money that would go back to my account right after. So see, they're using that narrative that they tell the victim that your money's not safe. There's fraudulent activity because somebody has access to your account. You need to withdraw it. You need to withdraw that money. Or in this case, send it to them using Zelle. The person she was speaking to on the phone was not a Wells Fargo rep, as she discovered when she went into the bank to confirm that she'd been talking to legitimate staff. Just reading some details here to share with you. Stens rued her decision on TikTok, indicating she suspected she wasn't talking to a legitimate employee at Wells Fargo. I felt like it was sketchy the whole time, but since it came from a Wells Fargo number, I trusted it. See, that phone number, man, the fact that they could show a Wells Fargo number, it's fooling people. So it's very important to be aware of that. Stens isn't alone when it comes to falling victim to a scam. The FTC reports that consumers lost a record of $10 billion in 2023. I want to see the 2024 numbers. If it was $10 billion in 2023, it's probably a lot more last year. People will go fall off their chairs when they see the numbers for last year, I'm sure. I wonder if those numbers are out. You have to check a little later. Technology is used to trick Stens, or one reason for that, as it's becoming possible for scammers to actually make it appear that they're calling from a legitimate number. Digital tools are making it easier than ever to target hardworking Americans. It's Samuel Levine, Director of FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection. Yeah. So that's a bank impersonation scam, right? You need to watch out for that. And this one's got more advanced. You know, the fact that they could show the bank's phone number, the fact that they know information about you already. In the USAA victim, you know, in their story that we were reading about yesterday, the bank knew all this. Sorry, the scammer that was impersonating the bank knew all this information about her. They already knew her account numbers. They knew where she lived, her phone number, all that stuff. They already knew it all. And obviously they knew what bank she used. So it was very convincing. She get a phone call. It shows the bank's phone number. They know all this information about her. Right? So they gain the trust. They trick the victim into thinking you're actually talking to who they're claimed to be, when it's not. And the bank impersonation scam, that's one that we're seeing a lot of cases like that, and a lot of reports like that. So watch out. I actually got a legit call from my bank. I purposely ignored it for weeks. They're leaving me messages. I ignored it for weeks, and they were just trying to, sell me upgraded accounts or whatever. But I ignored them for weeks, and eventually it turned out it really was my bank. But they weren't trying to get money from me. And they weren't telling me that my account was breached. So. Welcome. If you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. Click the heart. Let us know you're watching. We're doing a scam awareness live stream showing you examples of common scams. We usually do this live stream every Thursday, but we're doing an extra one today in celebration of National Consumer Protection Week. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us on Thursdays for our regular live stream. And for now, hit that heart, talk in the chat. Tell us your experience with scams. You can join our free email list by going to scamaware101.com and clicking Join Mailing List. And we're just trying to spread awareness of scams. That's our goal. So you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from these ruthless scammers that want to take your hard-earned money. We already talked about quite a few scams so far today. We talked about tech support scams with those fake virus alerts. We talked about wrong number scams, when a scammer sends you a text message, pretends to have the wrong number, but then tries to continue talking with you to eventually build up trust and scam you. Very common in these pig butchering scams and romance scams. We talked about fake order scams. Those are those text messages and phone calls and emails that they tell you an order was placed under your account and you need to dispute it. But it's a fake order notification. It's a fake order scam. The goal is to trick you into calling a scammer. And that one's extremely common. I showed an example of a Social Security scam email that's currently circulating. They try to make it look like it's from Social Security, but in reality it links to a virus that infects your computer. So watch out for Social Security scams, Social Security impersonation emails, phone calls. They're extremely common this time of year. We just talked about bank impersonation scam as well, where the scammer calls you, claims that they're calling from the bank. Your caller ID will show the bank's phone number, but you're actually talking to a scammer. They're going to try to steal your money. Usually they tell you that there's been some form of identity theft or someone has access to your accounts. So updating our agenda here. We're going to go over a road toll scam in a second, which is an extremely common scam right now. Everybody's getting these fake road toll text messages. So we're going to be talking about those in a minute. Hope everybody's having a good time this Friday night. sitting around bored, flipping through YouTube. Thanks for joining our live stream. Let's say hi in the chat. Let us know how you found us. Let us know the scams that you're encountering. Which kind of like fake email and phishing scams are you receiving lately? There's lots of those. Yesterday we were warning people about Netflix one that's going around. Their usual Netflix phishing email that claims you have to update information or your account's being suspended. That's a common one that's going around right now. There's a Geek Squad one going around right now that a lot of people are reporting. Geek Squad email that says you're going to get billed. The McAfee renewal phishing email, very common right now. A lot of people falling for that fake McAfee renewal email. Tell us what ones you've been receiving in the chat. Hit that heart. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're watching. Our goal is to spread awareness. Being aware of these scams, knowing what's going on, what red flags to watch out for. It's the only way you're going to be able to protect yourself from these scammers, protect yourself and protect your loved ones. We also have a lot of videos about various scams on our YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can take a look at the videos that we've released about specific scams. You can share them with your loved ones. A lot of scams that we're talking about on our live stream here, we have videos about. So if you come across a scam that you would want to share with your loved one, we usually have a video about it as well. So you can always go share that with them, even if they can't attend the live stream. Our goal is to spread awareness. The videos help. We're also building out our website here at scamware101.com. We're building a knowledge base about scams. We have a couple pages of tools and resources. You join our free email list by going to scamware101.com and clicking join mailing list. On knowledge base, we have a page for our unpaid road toll scams that we're going to talk about right now, but it includes a definition for you and the video that we did months ago. We did a video months ago about this road toll scam, and the scam's still going around like crazy. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. We need to get some more followers on Facebook. So if you don't follow us on Facebook yet, please hop on there and click like and follow on our Scamware 101 page. We'd like to do this live stream there, but we need to get some more followers before it will let us. So the more followers and likes we have on Facebook, the sooner we could also stream there. We're close. I think we need like 30 more as of yesterday. So we're 2/3 of the way there. All right, the next scam we're going to go over is road toll scam. Let me get my examples out here for you. All right, this next scam that we're talking about is these unpaid road toll scams. This scam started picking up about mid last year, and it hasn't slowed down since. Basically, how this scam works is that you get a text message saying that you have an unpaid toll, and then the text message contains a link to a fake website that's designed to steal your information. And this scam, it started off impersonating EasyPass, SunPass, but it quickly expanded to impersonate all other different toll departments throughout the country. Just to list a few, and not all of them are shown on my screen. There's even more that it's expanded since I made this graphic. But it's impersonating SunPass, it's impersonating Peach Pass, North Carolina's Quick Pass, Washington's Good to Go, North Texas Tollway Authority, Easy Pass, Drive Easy Maryland, Fast Track. Not on this list, but it started impersonating Easy Drive Massachusetts or Massachusetts Drive Easy. It's crazy how many different authorities that this scam has started impersonating. And this text message has been nonstop. I've been getting reports from people every day about this text message. And I have so many examples to share with you. So these are some earlier examples of the text message. And they all kind of followed the same formatting here, where our records indicate that your vehicle has an unpaid toll invoice. To avoid additional charges of $64, please sell your balance of $6.40 at, and then it includes a link to a fake website. And on my screen are 9 different versions of this text from months ago, right? And it's evolved since then. But as you could tell, California Toll Services, North Carolina Toll Services, Illinois Tollway, Ohio Toll Services, Virginia Toll Services, your recent trip to your New Jersey toll point, Pennsylvania Turnpike Services, New York Toll Services, Florida SunPass. Our records indicate your vehicle has an unpaid toll invoice. Right? So months ago, this was impersonating many different states, many different toll services. And it includes a link, and they're all different links included in these text messages to websites that are designed to look and sound like legit websites, but they're not. Like the Quick Pass one, ncquickpassinvoice.com. That's not their website. It was just one that was registered by a scammer. So if you get a text message that says you owe a toll, don't click the link. If you click the link, you'll be taken to a website that looks like the toll service. So this example, this is a fake website. That one of those links was the Good to Go Washington one. Right, it links to this website, and it'll look like the real website. It'll have the logo, the colors. You click payment, and it's going to steal your credit card details. Now, since we did that video months ago, this unpaid road toll scam has evolved. And many different versions of the text are starting to come out. So the most recent one we have here, the first time that it was spotted was about a week ago. Someone reported it to me, and then I started seeing it pop up in the media about a week ago. And it says, first of all, it comes from a phone number from outside the country. What was it? Plus 63, whatever country that is. But it says the toll roads notice of toll evasion, right? Which is new text. It didn't used to say toll evasion in these text messages. So it says you have an unpaid toll bill on your account. To avoid late fees, pay within 12 hours, or the late fees will be increased and reported to DMV. Yeah, so this one tries to force you to pay it within 12 hours, and it threatens late fees. So it takes a different approach than the original one, where the original one said you may encounter fees, but it didn't say you had to pay it within 12 hours. So this one's in that, then it says the toll roads team wishes you a great day. So this is the version that says toll road notice, right? And then and here's another version that's floating around. This one says pay your fast track lane totals by January 24th, 2025. This is when they started putting actual dates in the text message. And then it links to the Easy Drive MA version of this. It was a fake website. So this one impersonates fast track and has a date on it, which is very similar to one that is going around for Florida. Yep, please pay your toll in Florida by January 22nd in order to avoid excessive late fees. And it has a link to a fake website that says SunPass in it, but it doesn't actually link you to that site. So it's a fake website to steal your information. So it's an unpaid toll scam. Extremely common right now. It hasn't slowed down. There's another example. Your vehicle has an unpaid toll bill. To avoid excessive late fees on your bill, please sell it promptly. Thank you for your cooperation. There it mentions Easy Drive MA again. Yeah, the scam went through weird changes over the past 2 months. It started, they all looked, like this. They all followed the same format originally, where it had a small fee listed of usually $6 or $7, and then a threat of an additional charge of 10 times as much. But then it evolved into this version for Easy Drive MA, which is the Massachusetts version of tolls. So it evolved to start saying it's from Easy Drive MA. But then it evolved again to start including dates in the text, like January 20th, pay by dates. And then it evolved to say toll evasion, and it just says pay within 12 hours. It doesn't even include a date now. Now it just says pay within 12 hours. So it's interesting, all the different versions of this going around. And the original version looked like it used .com, .org, domain names. So they were convincing domain names. But they were probably getting shut down too easily, because at some point it started switching to strange domain names like .sbs and .top. A lot of these have .top now. So it suggests that there's multiple groups behind this and multiple areas of the country. I've read articles that there's Chinese crime groups behind this, that there's Russian crime groups behind this. I mean, who knows what's true? But see, and here's another Easy Drive MA reminder. So this one impersonates, or send you a reminder from Easy Drive MA. Your bill for $6.99 is due soon. Please visit. See, this links to a .xin domain name. What is XIN? So, let's see. Just looking up where an XIN domain name is supposed to be from. XIN is a new approved generic top-level domain for Chinese. Oh, yep, figures. Okay. Yeah, so in this version of the text, it uses a Chinese domain name there. So that suggests that there's a Chinese group behind this version of it. Let me see what .top is. .top, the .top registry belongs to some kind of Chinese group. So there you go figures. So the .top suggests it might be from Chinese group too. So we got XIN, which is Chinese. .top. See SBS. SBS, I guess, looks like it's just for everybody. For business. Side by side, intended for organizations, businesses, and professionals embracing inclusion and unbiased mindsets. Okay. So not too sure what the deal is with SBS. I guess anybody can get those. So I had a few from China. A lot, actually, top. All right, so I know all the examples I have so far kind of indicate that this is a Chinese group or Chinese domains that are getting used, websites. So we got a couple more examples of this one here that I didn't show you. We had an example from the NY Thruway. They actually hung a poster up in the subway showing examples of fake compared to real messages. A lot of these toll services don't send you text messages, but in the case of the ones that do, it would come from one of those short code numbers. It wouldn't come from a real phone number. It'd come from like a short 5-digit number. It's safe to assume that if you get one of these, they're scams, though. Unpaid toll scams. Extremely common, extremely popular right now. There's another one with the Easy Drive MA version. The phone number came, it's an international phone number. This one came from +632. Yeah. This one came from +63. This one came from +63. This one came from, is that the same one? No, it's different too. +63. Let's see where +63 is, what extension +63 is. Or prefix. International dialing code for Philippines. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of these text messages are coming from the Philippines, and they're linking to websites that are Chinese-based extensions. Interesting. Anyway, not to get sidetracked, just figured we'd do some on-the-spot research. Figured to switch it up a little bit this Friday live stream. Just kind of relaxing this Friday evening. This last example of a scam, this is that unpaid toll message scam. And I'm telling you, for weeks, every week, on the headlines, it's popping up. Lots of warnings about this one. It's become a lot more common, a lot more people getting it. Many different versions going around. Don't trust these unpaid toll text messages if you get them. All right, if you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. Let us know you're here. Gotta go over some red flags. All right, everybody. We're going to talk about some scammer red flags. Some of our regulars are probably tired of hearing about these red flags, but we need to keep spreading the word, spreading awareness, reminding people. We hear these victim stories, and a lot of times there's these little red flags that if they recognize them, it would have been enough to save them a huge headache and prevent them from becoming a victim. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go over some of those red flags. If you encounter these red flags, tell us about them in the chat. So our first red flag that you're probably talking to a scammer is when they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. Why do scammers like third-party chat apps like Telegram and WhatsApp? Because it's easier for them to communicate with victims in other countries. Those chat apps also offer them more anonymity to hide behind. So, if a scammer gets you on the phone or you're texting back and forth, they're going to want to continue that conversation in a chat app. They could send images, videos, do video calls with you if it comes down to that. It gives them more flexibility too. They don't want to be sending all these text messages back and forth to victims all over the world. They want to use nice, easy to use third-party chat app that hides who they are and lets them build that relationship up and that trust up with victims. All right, so red flag number one is if they direct it to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp, it's a red flag that you're talking to a scammer. And some examples of specific scams where that's part of the playbook, meaning that when a scammer is doing this scam, that's an actual step to their process to redirect the victim to Telegram or WhatsApp. Some of those scams might be romance scams. And what they'll do is they'll have the fake dating profiles up, to match with victims on these dating websites. And then once they start messaging each other, they'll direct the victim to continue talking on WhatsApp. That's part of a romance scam. Wrong number scams. We talked about this type of scam earlier in the live stream. And basically when the scammer initiates contact with a potential victim, if the conversation proceeds, if you reply to these wrong number texts and continue talking with the scammer, they're going to redirect you to continue talking on WhatsApp or Telegram. So it's a big red flag. And then you have the investment scams, where a lot of times these investment scammers, they'll direct you to a Telegram channel or a WhatsApp group that's full of bots or other scammers trying to pump up the investment, making it look like there's fake interest, making it appear more legit. So directing you to Telegram or WhatsApp to continue a conversation is part of the scammer playbook. And it's definitely a red flag that you're talking to a scammer. They'll initiate the conversation in other ways. They'll initiate a conversation with a phone call or a traditional, like a text message. But once the conversation is initiated, they'll redirect their victim to third-party chat app, usually Telegram or WhatsApp. So that's important to be aware of that red flag. You come across any of these red flags, you need to stop and think about what's going on, talk to somebody, and look into it a little bit more. Red flag number two, they might be talking to a scammer. Pretty much guaranteed that you're talking to a scammer. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. That's a huge red flag. Why do scammers like being paid in those untraditional ways? It's easier for them to move and transfer the funds quickly. And it's also harder for victims to recover that money after it's sent. And that's an important key to remember too. A lot of these, there's this false confidence that your money's safe and covered and insured by the bank. But in a lot of these cases, the victims do not get the money back. It's not covered by the bank's insurance. It's not safe. So when these victims withdraw their money and they purchase gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, and they're tricked into providing it to a scammer, depositing it into a Bitcoin ATM, it's a huge red flag. And the banks, they wash their hands. They don't cover those transactions. You withdrew the money. The victim withdrew the money. It's not the bank's fault. At least that's what they'll say. So it's very hard to retrieve funds when they're sent in this way to scammers. So that's red flag number two. Some examples of specific scams where asking for prepaid gift cards, cryptocurrency, using a Bitcoin ATM, some scams where that's part of the playbook is IRS and Social Security scams. It's when the scammers impersonate government agencies and they ask for payment using gift cards or cryptocurrency. Right now, the government does not accept those forms of payment. If you're talking to somebody that's claiming to be from a government agency, whether it's the IRS, Social Security, the FBI, if they're willing to take payment in gift cards or cryptocurrency or instructing you to make payments in cryptocurrency, it's a scam, 100%. Government agencies do not accept cryptocurrency, prepaid debit cards, prepaid gift cards as payment. Romance scams. A lot of times the scammer they'll request gift cards from their emotionally attached victim. Sometimes they have them deposit cryptocurrency into an account that's supposedly for them, for their future together, but it's part of the romance scam. The bank impersonation scams, and this was that fake narrative that I mentioned earlier that these scammers use. It's when they tell the victims that your money's not safe, someone has access to your account, you need to withdraw your money. What they'll do is once the money is withdrawn by the victim, they'll tell them to purchase gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency. They'll tell them to deposit at a Bitcoin ATM. So it's a huge red flag if the person you're talking to is asking you to get gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or using a Bitcoin ATM. Any mentions of Bitcoin ATM, red flag, right? So that's red flag number 2, that you're dealing with a scammer. Let's talk about red flag number 3. They ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone by text message. Why would a scammer send a code to your phone? Why would they text a code to your phone? They're trying to open an account using your phone number. They're trying to log into an account that's linked to the victim's phone. They're trying to reset the victim's password to gain access to an account. All these things could require a code that's being sent to your phone. So that's what the scammer is doing. They'll talk to the victim. They'll tell the victim, I just need to verify your phone number. I just need to verify your identity. I'm going to send a code to your phone. But if you turn around and you provide that code to them, you're actually allowing the scammer to make these changes or to create an account linked to your phone number. This type of scam is very common on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. It's very common on seller and buyer type websites. That's because they'll say, I just want to verify your phone number. I just want to verify your identity. And they'll say, I'm going to send a code to your phone. But that code is actually coming from like your bank or someone else that you're trying to get access to. Some examples of scams where this red flag is part of the playbook, right? Account login attempts, right? If a scammer is trying to log into your account and your account's linked to your phone, it might send a code to your phone. If you give that code to the scammer, you're granting them access to your account. Password resets. Scammer could be trying to reset a password to your account. The code was sent to your phone to verify. If you provide that code to the scammer, you're letting them reset your password and giving them access to your account. The third thing they might be doing is they might be trying to create a new account, specifically a Google Voice account that's tied to your phone number. To create an account that's tied to your phone number, it's going to send a code to your phone. If you provide that that code to the scammer, you're allowing them to link your phone number to that fraudulent Google Voice account. The scammer could then use that Google Voice account to target more victims and contact victims that appear to be from your phone number. So that's red flag number 3. You're talking to a scammer. You should never provide a code that a stranger is telling you that they're sending to your phone. Very common in marketplace website situations. Red flag number 4. They ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. This is has become much more common these days. It's been worked into a lot of scammers' playbooks. A lot of them are going to try to connect to your PC. Why would they want to connect to your PC? Once you grant the scammer access to your PC, they could actually get your logins and passwords that you have saved on your PC. Any logins you have saved in your web browser, for example, Chrome, a lot of times these scammers could extract those saved passwords, those logins and passwords, if they're on your PC. They could steal your personal files, your documents, your pictures. They could use any personal information that's in those files, banking information, financial information, any embarrassing pictures you might have. They could blackmail you. Once they're on your PC, they could attempt to access your banking websites and other financial information. A lot of times, when they're on your PC, they're impersonating the bank with the victim, and they're having the victim log into their bank accounts. And in reality, they're actually stealing the credentials as the victim logs in. So scammers love to get onto their victims' PCs. They can install software that lets them get on at any time, even when the victim's not using the PC. It's a big red flag as someone's trying to get onto your PC. Usually, when they say they're going to assist or investigate an issue. Some specific scams that rely on this red flag as part of their playbook are fake virus alert, tech support scams, right? That was the first scam we talked about on this live stream today, was the tech support scams or the fake virus alerts. And that whole scam relies on the victim calls up this scammer thinking it's tech support. They think they received a virus alert and says call this number. They dial it. They're connected to the scammer, and the scammer, first thing they're going to do is ask to access the victim's PC. And that's the whole point of the scam, is get onto the victim's PC and get access to their info. The fake order scams, we also talked about that earlier. A lot of times when the victim is tricked into calling a phone number to talk to support, they're actually talking to a scammer, and that scammer is going to offer to access their PC and take a look at the account or the order. Right. And the other one is the fake fraudulent activity, which we mentioned on one of the earlier red flags, where someone's impersonating the bank or the agency. They're calling up with the victim. They're telling the victim that somebody has access to their accounts, right? And they'll ask to access the victim's PC, and they'll say, let's log into your other bank accounts and check for suspicious information. Meanwhile, the scammer's on the PC. The victim's logging into all their bank accounts, and their credentials are getting stolen by the scammer because he's on the PC. So you don't want to ever give these scammers access to your PC or devices. A good rule of thumb that I have when it comes to this red flag and letting people on your PC, everybody should have their own tech person, right? Whether it's a family member that's good with computers, or your IT guy at work, right? Or the local repair shop down the street. Everybody should have their go-to person when it comes to troubleshooting issues with your PC and devices. So if you ever get a pop-up on your computer or someone asking to access your PC for some reason, tell them no. You have your own computer guy. They're going to deal with it. If you think that fake pop-up that says you have a virus is real, call your PC guy. Don't call the number on the pop-up. Don't trust a stranger. You should only have your reserved computer people allowed to access your PC. It's a red flag. Otherwise, it's red flag number 4 if they're asking to connect to your PC. Let's talk about red flag number 5. The last red flag. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. It's extremely common for scammers to ask for confidentiality. They don't want you to discuss the situation with other people. The more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam, right? So scammers will often request confidentiality or give a reason to keep something secret. They don't want their victim communicating and talking to other people. And some examples of specific scams where they do that, there's a grandparent scam. That's when they talk to a grandparent, they tell them their son, daughter, grandchild has been arrested, needs money for release, right? But they claim the relative is embarrassed and ask not to tell anybody. They ask to keep it secret because the relative's embarrassed about the arrest. That's the red flag. It's the request for confidentiality. It's tricky because it could pass as a reasonable request, right? And it's in a real situation like that. But they build that into the scam because they don't want the grandparent to reach out to people and say, hey, I got a call about so-and-so in jail. And investment scams. They'll say it's an inside tip and not to tell anybody, or the price is just for you. Don't share it with anybody. They'll say it's an insider tip and they'll get in trouble, right? They'll give you all these reasons not to tell anybody else about the special investment deal that they're giving you. Inheritance scams. A lot of times they mail letters or emails, and they're impersonating law offices regarding an inheritance. The letter usually always requests confidentiality or offers to provide the service, confidentially. So that's a red flag with those. And we'll show some of those examples a little later if we get that far into the live stream. And then again, that fake fraudulent activity narrative. When they call you up and they say someone has access to your bank account, a lot of times they'll say they're an agency that's investigating fraud. They'll say that your bank is part of the investigation. They're being investigated. So it's important that you don't tell the bank teller why you're withdrawing this money. Right? So they'll ask you to keep the real reason, secret why you're withdrawing the money. And sometimes they'll even ask you to tell a different story. They'll give you a fake story to tell. So they'll even ask you to lie about what's happening. So that's always a major red flag. If they're asking you to keep the matter confidential or secret. So that's red flag number 5. That indicate you be talking to a scammer. And look, a lot of these stories we hear from victims, they involve these red flags. If they had realized that if a scammer was going to direct them a telegram or WhatsApp to keep talking, it would be a red flag. The gift cards, purchasing cryptocurrency gift cards, using Bitcoin ATMs, so many times that the victim didn't realize that this is a scam, and it is. There's no organizations insisting on payment this way, insisting on gift cards and prepaid cards and Bitcoin. Major red flags you're dealing with a scammer. Red flag number 3 was they send that code to your phone and they're asking you to verify your phone number or name. There's no reason for a person to be sending you a code to your phone and asking you to verify for it. That's a scam. Asking to connect your PC was red flag number 4. Right, they ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Maybe it's a virus on your PC. Maybe they're calling a dispute in order. But if they try to get onto your PC to investigate or assist, it's a red flag. Don't just let strangers on your PC like that. And then red flag number 5 was they request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. Right? They don't want you talking to other people. More people you talk to, more likely you are to find out it's a scam. So those are 5 red flags that you're dealing with a scammer. How we doing out there? You with us? Say what's up in the chat. Click the heart. Give us a thumbs up and a like if you haven't yet. Goal is to spread awareness. Doing our weekly live stream. We usually do this every Thursday. We did one yesterday too. Our regularly scheduled stream. This was a surprise stream in celebration of National Consumer Protection Week. Try to spread some extra awareness about these scams, protect consumers during this National Consumer Protection Week. Just went over 5 red flags that indicate you're dealing with a scammer. We also have a video that includes those 5 red flags too. So you go visit our YouTube channel and you can find the red flags video and share it with a loved one. It uses the same slides and everything. Let us know you're watching. If there's anything specific you want to talk about, any scams you're seeing a lot of lately, any scams you have questions about, let us know in the chat. I'm doing an interactive live stream. There's no rules here. Or no strict agenda, I should say. You can join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com and click join mailing list. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, some reminders when we're going live on Thursdays. All good stuff. We won't abuse it. And you can always unsubscribe. All right. Let's talk about some online tools and software. So one of our goals here at ScamAware 101 is to build an online resource for scam awareness purposes. We want to give you online tools, links to reliable software. We want to give you references and examples of scams. One of the things we started doing, we started building out the scam knowledge base, where we have about 10 scams in there right now. And we have about 50 more that we got to get added to there. But the idea is we want to have a knowledge base of scams here, where you could click onto a scam and learn about it more. So we click on fake order scam, you get the definition here. We have the video, if there's a video available, and we want to get more examples added to each of these. So the idea is we want to build a valuable knowledge base of all sorts of useful information about scams, and to be used as a reference. Somebody gets a strange text message, sounds a little strange. I want them to be able to type it in and find a resource where, oh, there's the exact text message I got. It's definitely a scam. So that's our goal, to build out this knowledge base. Well, one of our many goals. But another goal is we want to also provide a lot of tools and resources that you could reference related to these scams. We have a bunch of educational resources that you could reference, but we also have a bunch of online tools, third-party tools that are useful. It's all on our website, scamaware101.com. You can click on resources and then online tools. And you can see the first few links we have on this page are data breach lookup tools, because it's important to know what data about you is floating around out there. Scammers have more information about you than you remember about yourself, meaning that all sorts of personal information about you has been exposed in data breaches. Different services you've used, they've gotten breached, and any information you've provided has been stolen. Your usernames are floating around out there, your passwords, your email addresses, your phone numbers. So much information is out there about you because of these third-party breaches that have happened. And under our online tools, the first section is actually data breach lookup tools. And we have 4 links here they could use to look up what data breaches your email or your phone number has been involved in. So you can click on each of these links. All of them are free to run the initial scan, and it comes back and it gives you some information about what information about you has been exposed and is being sold. A couple of them they'll try to say you dark web monitoring after, which you can or cannot sign up for. It's up to you. But the point is, you want to run these free scans and see what information is out there. So check out these 4 links. Pop in your email address, and the ones that take your email address, pop in your phone numbers to the ones that take your phone number. And you might be a little shocked to find out what information about you is out there. A couple of these come back and they actually list your passwords, right? So you might see some passwords that you're currently using on your other accounts. Meanwhile, they're being sold and are exposed already. So it's important to be aware of that. So check out those first few links on our tools and resources, our online tools page for ScamAware 101. We also have a couple links to some software to get downloaded. We actually got approved as an affiliate for a few of these software companies. So we have NordPass on here, which is a great password manager. Piggybacking off what we just said about the information that's exposed about you, the passwords that are exposed that you use. By using NordPass, you could actually create a different password for all your different accounts. You keep track of all your passwords right in NordPass. So it allows you to use different passwords across different accounts. If your one password gets exposed, it doesn't impact your other accounts since you're using a different password. And that's how you keep track of them well. You use a piece of software like NordPass. So click this link, you get 56% off, and you end up getting about 2 years for $35, which, I mean, $35 for 2 years ain't bad, right? So if you need a password manager, if you need a VPN like NordVPN, use our link and get a huge discount. We also have Malwarebytes Premium on here. Get 25% off. So if you're considering buying the premium version of Malwarebytes, use our link, get 25% off. And we also have a link to Delete Me on here as well, 20% off, which is a pretty good service as far as removing your information from public websites. But disclosure is not going to help you with the dark web, though. But publicly, at least, it could help scrub your information off all those data broker websites. But anyway, use these links, see if we got a deal available for you. Might as well save a bunch of money by clicking our link. And those links are right here on our tools and resources page. And they're all good referrals. right? I wouldn't leave something on here if I didn't trust it or use it or hear good things about it. We also have some free software listed here as well. One of them is the Malwarebytes Browser Guard, which I use during our headlines feature of the live stream, and it's been working great. It's been blocking a lot of pop-ups, blocking a lot of ads. It's a free browser plugin or extension from Malwarebytes. So I have the link directly to that here on the website under our online tools. Enable it for your browser and block some ads. It even blocks some of my referral links too, my affiliate links up here. So if you install it, just be aware of that. This way you can still use my link if you want. We have a couple links to reverse image lookup services, and this is useful for romance scams or checking who you're talking to is real or not. And what you can do is you could actually upload an image that was provided to you by someone. Let's say someone you're talking to online in a relationship, shall we say. You pop in their image in these reverse image searches, and it'll come back and let you know if that image is found on other websites, meaning that the person you're talking to might have stolen that picture. It might not be them. It might be somebody else. So we have a link to 3 different reverse image lookups here. All 3 are free. It's TinEye reverse image search, Bing visual search, and Google image search. So useful tools when checking if you're being scammed by a romance scammer. We also have some links here to some website safety lookup tools. Norton Safe Web, Google Safe Browsing, VirusTotal. You go to any of these sites, you can pop in a website address, and it'll let you know if there's been any negative reviews, negative ratings, if it was detected as unsafe, if there's anything suspicious about it, things like that. So they're pretty useful, these website safety lookup tools. We also have scam tracker maps, which I have fun with these. There's one from the BBB and there's one from AARP. But it actually shows you maps of people reporting scams and where they're being reported from and how common they are, which is an extremely useful tool if you want to get an idea of what scams are trending and what's going on out there. I'll give you a demo of this. Let me do a demo of it. Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's spice it up a little bit. If you're just joining us, click the heart. Let us know you're watching. Say hi in the chat. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Just help us spread awareness about these scams. Right now we're just going over some tools that are available on our scamaware101.com website. And one of the links, we actually linked to the AARP scam tracking map. And this is a really cool free service offered by the AARP that you could report scams to or look for scams. And right now we just have it set for reviewing all. And let's see what some people are reporting here. You could use filters. Like if we wanted to search for a specific scam, we could click filters and filter it out. If we just want to search our specific area, we could type our zip code in here and we could search just for scam reports in our area. But let's see what a few people are reporting here. Here we are. The first report right off the top. The first one. Here's a message I received. Final notice, unpaid tolls. Your vehicle has unpaid highway tolls for the past 14 days. So right off the bat, the first scam we see that's reported is the unpaid toll scam that we just finished talking about. Everybody's getting that scam. So let's see what other scams people are mentioning here. And let us know in the chat if you received this scam. Click the heart. Let's see. Someone talking about their truck. We'll skip over that one. It's not typically. Well, actually, what does it say? Okay, actually, this isn't one. David Washington was the name used and told me I'd won $15 million in a Ford pickup truck. All right, so that could be considered a fake lottery, fake prize scam. Around Blue Bubble, get it free, offering samples on restaurant meals. My usernames and passwords wound up. Let's see what this guy's saying. Or if there's a QR code scam. Possibly. Let's So this guy reported around Blue Bubble, get it free, offering samples and restaurant meals. My usernames and passwords wound up on the dark web, and my phone never stops ringing. A Trojan virus was planted on my phone. Okay, so watch out. Get it free, man. You got to watch out for any get it free type stuff. Let's see some more reports coming in from people on the ARP scam tracker map. Imposter for PayPal said I had a purchase approval and was being charged for it. So that's a PayPal version of a fake order scam that we talked about, where you get a notification from PayPal saying a fake order was approved, and then it has a number to call, but you're actually calling a scammer instead of PayPal. So that's a very common impersonation scam. Oh, here we go. This person reported the phone call that we played earlier. I'm getting repeated phone calls claiming they need me to authorize a $1,400 payment for a MacBook Pro on my Amazon account. Huh, we played that exact phone call earlier on a live stream about the fake order scams. The one specifically that says you have a MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. So yeah, that one's still circulating. Someone reported it. The reports yesterday. That's the website. Fraudulent sales scam. Email says I paid $199 for a service and I should call them if it's not correct. There you go. It's the fake order scam again. This person got an email, saying she paid for a service and the caller disputed it, and that's the fake order scam. It's extremely popular. They target people by phone, by email, by text message. And this is a good way to see if the scams we're covering are the common ones too, and it looks like the ones we cover are matching up pretty good too to the reports we're seeing on these websites. Government imposter scam. Text demanding payment of a toll. All right, there you go. There's an unpaid toll scam. Auto-related scam. I received this message. Since we do not have toll roads in Minnesota, I assume it says, yep, there's another unpaid toll scam reported in Minnesota. Fraudulent sales scam. This guy's just reporting he paid somebody and then didn't get his item. Received a text, online relationship scam. Received a text supposedly from, can't read that, asking if I had made an online purchase for a certain amount. Let's see what this one says. Then to click on a link if I had not. I don't know why he put romance scam, or online relationship scam. This is just a fake order scam too. That's a text message version. They say he made a purchase, he didn't, and then the call to dispute. So in that group right there, we saw a report for an email version of a fake order scam. We saw a report for a phone call version of a fake emails or a fake order scam, and we saw a report for a text message of a fake order scam. So that gives you an idea of how common these fake order scams are and how they're all different variations, but it's all the same general idea, right? They claim that an order or a purchase was made and that you got a call if you want to dispute it. Next page, Easy Pass, final reminder, right? So there's your fake toll one again. This guy's reporting somebody calling and asking if he's interested in selling his property. I'm going to look into that one a little bit more. I'm starting to see a lot of reports and text messages about people, unsolicited messages about purchasing your property or purchasing your house. I'm going to look into it a little bit more and see if I can find out about it. In fact, let's see if this report tells us anything else about it. Yeah, this doesn't say exactly what that scam is, but I'm going to have to find out, and I'll probably make a video about it because I'm getting lots of a decent amount of reports about text messages and phone calls from people mentioning buying property from you. Next one after that, Easy Pass toll must be paid, right? So there's unpaid toll again. Next one, tech support scams. My Mac desktop was frozen with a message, written and vocal, saying there's suspicious activity, right? So there's a tech support scam. We went over that when we started off the live stream. That was the first example we gave, was the tech support scams with the fake virus alerts. You know, people are still getting those and reporting those. Fraudulent sales scam. Received an email saying I had made a purchase through PayPal. Watch out for these PayPal fake purchase scams. A lot of people reporting those, and we're still these are all still from yesterday, dated yesterday. Email saying my Norton antivirus account auto renewed. If you don't wish to continue, click below. Same deal, fake order. In this case, they're saying your Norton renewed. The McAfee one is very common too. A lot of people report the fake McAfee email saying that your McAfee needs to be renewed or has renewed, and same thing with Norton. Phone call about Social Security number being suspended. Yep. So we start off the live stream warning about Social Security too earlier. So I showed you an email example of a Social Security scam, but this guy's reporting phone calls impersonating Social Security, and that's common for them to tell you that your Social Security is being suspended. That's what the scammer will say on these phone calls. So you do have to watch out for those, and we do see a report here about somebody reporting those. Lottery related scam. The same scam the guy reported earlier. He got a call stating he won $5 million in a car. Let's see what else this guy's saying about the scam. So we see 2 people report him. Just need to set up a delivery fee of $495 for delivery insurance. Yeah, okay. So this scam it's one of these fake lottery scams. We saw 2 people report it so far, and basically it's a phone call that says you've won $5 million plus a car, right? And the scam is you need to pay a delivery fee for insurance to get the winnings. But you pay the $495, for the supposed fee, but it's all a scam. You never get any winnings or a car. It's just a scam to get your $495 from you. So we see a couple of people reporting that. You need to watch out for that, for these fake lottery or fake prize scams. A lot of times that's how they'll get you. If you have to pay up front to get your free winnings, or it's a scam. Fraudulent sales scam. Called asking to authorize my Amazon account for $1,400 for a laptop. There's that MacBook one. The MacBook one that claims MacBook was purchased under your Amazon account. So that's 2 reports of that. And that's that phone call we played earlier. So that one's still a hot scam right now, those fake order notifications, especially that phone call, impersonating Amazon, claiming a MacBook was purchased. Text received twice from EasyPass saying money due. Yep, unpaid toll scam. Gift card scams. Telling people they're eligible for $100. Okay, let's read about this gift card scam being reported here, since we didn't talk about that one too much. $800 numbers telling people they're eligible for $100. They request personal info: name, birthday, address, last 4 digits, social security number. I accidentally called this number. I meant to call my insurance company. I thought I was talking to them at first. I gave them my personal info before realizing they weren't the insurance company. I immediately did a credit freeze, so hopefully they won't get into any of my money. Yeah, watch out for unsolicited phone calls offering you hundreds of dollars or gift cards. They're just trying to get your personal information. All right, here we go. Let's check out this one. All right, here's a scam report. Cryptocurrency scams and fraud. This guy sent an email to my wife. My wife responded to think it was Apple. He got into her computer, bought $1,000 of cryptocurrency, made all sorts of purchases on her credit card. He still is contacting us and won't stop. wish this guy gave us more details, but to me this sounds like a fake order scam. Right, the wife responded, think it was Apple. So it's probably one of those fake order scams. Says that she purchased the iPhone. She calls back and they get onto her PC and steal a bunch of crypto and financial information like credit cards. That's my guess based off of the little info provided. See what other scam reports are. And we're still only on yesterday. Fake order scam says a VPN service was charged to PayPal account. A lot of these fake order scams are coming through PayPal account. Different versions of which product or whatever is renewing or purchased, but a lot of them are supposedly from PayPal. Keep getting texts saying I owe money on Ohio Turnpike. Unpaid toll, right? Unpaid toll scam. That one keeps on popping up. It's crazy. Auto-related scam. This person claims to be Elon Musk, and he's giving me $850,000 and a new Tesla. He was now asking me to buy an Apple gift card. Is this real? Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't give a lot of details, but it does mention Elon Musk, and that's something we haven't mentioned yet on a live stream is celebrity impersonation and fake product endorsements. With AI, these scammers can create videos now that actually looks like Elon Musk endorsing your item or some other celebrity endorsing your item. So you do have to be aware of that. I would check out 2 more pages, 5 more or 10 more reports here. Health-related scam. They wanted my Medicare insurance number for my card. Never give away that number to somebody calling you. There's a lot of fraud going out there, Medicare fraud. So if somebody calls you up asking for that number, even if they're claiming to be from Medicare, don't give it to them. It's a scam. Once they have their number, they could file false claims and try to scam doctors' offices and all sorts of crazy stuff. So be aware of Medicare scammers and fraud going on. Keep that number private. Call back the number. Scammer picked up, said he works for Amazon, and now the number doesn't work. All right, says to Amazon. Fake order scam, probably. Got a text saying I owe 28 cents to Virginia Department of Transportation. Unpaid toll scam. Government imposter scam. Text says Easy Pass, immediate payment required. Another unpaid toll scam. It's crazy how many of these are going out. Last 5 here. And we're still on just one day yesterday. Just got a call from someone with a very foreign accent claiming to be from the Veterans Administration asking, let's see what this is. We read some headlines about some scams targeting veterans yesterday. Let's see what this one says. They asked if I needed help with home repairs, then asked repeatedly if I need financial help with bills, loans, acquiring new property. Obviously working to get my financial info. Okay. All right, so this is an impersonation scam. They claim to be from the Veterans Administration, and they're just trying to get all sorts of personal financial information about you. And they're offering to help with loans and things like that too, which was actually the headline and the warning we read yesterday was scammers calling up. They offer to assist veterans to get special benefits, but what they really do is just steal their personal and financial information. Says a report coming in from that guy about it. Auto-related scam. Text says we have unpaid tolls. Email said it was from Social Security Administration. Right, so we went over that scam earlier too. So here's somebody else reporting that Social Security impersonation email. Here's another report about the PayPal. Received email for PayPal for order for an Apple iPhone. This is a fake order scam. Claims you had to purchase the iPhone. PayPal. And it says to call this number to cancel if you didn't. You call, you get connected to a scammer. So it looks like we covered a lot of examples of a lot of the recent scams that are being reported by people and currently circulating right now. Who's still with us? I got more scams I could go over. Viewers are dwindling down. It's getting kind of late. I could keep going. I just don't know if there's any interest right now. It's Friday evening. Everybody's out drinking and partying. It's a great time for the scammers to attack. Hey, Katie, you're a trooper. Still hanging out. Yeah, I still have plenty of content I could go over here. I have to go make another coffee soon. I'd go for another hour. I don't care. I'd go another hour. Yeah, I think it's coffee break number 2 time. All right, coffee break number 2. We'll see how we're looking in 5 minutes, and still have plenty more scams we could go over. All right. I don't know if I should keep going or wrapping this up. We could go through another batch of scams. Why not? Let's keep it rolling. All right. So let's talk about grandparent scams. We mentioned this a little bit earlier. I got a good example to share of a scammer that actually got recorded while trying to pull off one of these grandparent scams. And what the scam is when your grandparent, maybe your mother, but an older relative, the scammer contacts them and claims that their loved one has been arrested. Usually they'll say that there's been an accident, your loved one was responsible, they're being held at the jail, and they'll request money for various reasons, whether it's legal reasons or for bond, all as an elaborate scam to steal the grandparents' money. And this scam is actually a lot more common than you would think. And what we're going to do here is share a video of a scammer that actually got recorded in progress of this. And now this is one of the openers of this scam. This scam involves openers and closers. And what we're going to watch is the opener, who is the person that initially impersonates a police officer and the supposed daughter that's been involved in the accident. So let's take a look at that video, and then we'll break it down after we watch.
Oh, Mom, I had a car accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda.
Where are you?
I got a car accident.
What happened?
I'm gonna put the officer on. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, are you Linda's mom?
Yes.
What I'm gonna need you to do is grab a pen and paper and write down Linda's case number, ma'am. I need you to hurry up, please, ma'am.
Case number?
It's the number 2.
2?
The letter B as in boy. Can you read that back to me?
2, B.
Now, I'm gonna read what's going on, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Linda was involved in a car accident. It was stated in the police report. She admitted that was her fault. While she was driving, she was using her phone. That's what caused the accident, ma'am, okay?
Oh, man.
The woman that was driving the other vehicle was 7 months pregnant. We had to rush her into the nearby hospital. She might lose her baby.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, we actually confiscated her cell phone for legal evidence, so she cannot receive or cannot make calls. This is going to be her only last call. Are you with me, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Now, she actually wrote a note down here saying that she didn't want anyone to know about this. Let's honor her wish for right now because it's too much for her right now. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to need you to do, ma'am, is stay by the phone and wait for the lawyer to call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, ma'am.
All right, bye.
So that was an example of an actual scammer, the opener that they're known as, initiating this scam on an older senior citizen grandparent. And that's known as a grandparent scam, where you're contacted and the scammer claims that your loved one has been arrested, usually because of an accident. And there's a couple things to break down in that video, which are fascinating. First of all, that same scammer, he impersonated the daughter and the cop, because the phone call started out with him being like, "Mom, I've been arrested," right? He's impersonating a female. Then he switches over to a police officer, and it's funny when he switches over to a police officer, you start hearing the police chatter in the background, like the scanner. So he starts playing a recording of police chatter to make it sound like he's actually at a police station, right? And then he impersonates a cop. And there's a couple other things to notice on that call too. Did you notice how he says your daughter's embarrassed about this and she asked you to keep it secret or keep it private, right? That's that red flag we talked about earlier. It's that request for confidentiality, right? They'll come up with a story and a reason not for you to tell anybody else, and it sounds like a reasonable request, right? But that's part of the scam. They want you to keep it secret. They don't want you to go telling anybody. So it's a perfect excuse for them to give you to, she's embarrassed. Don't tell anybody she's been arrested. Also notice how he said that the phone has been confiscated. Your daughter's phone has been confiscated. The purpose of that is so she doesn't try to call her daughter. She figures, oh, the phone's been confiscated. I won't call. So there's all these little details of the scam that kind of stick out that I find fascinating when you watch that video. And that's actually a scammer that's located in the Dominican Republic. And how we got that video was one of the scam baiters on YouTube that messes with the scammers and hacks them back. He actually got into the scammer's computer and recorded that interaction. He was able to warn the victim though. He reached out to the victim and warned her she was being scammed. So the lady that you heard in that recording at least didn't get scammed. But that was a look at the opener of a grandparent scam. The one that calls and impersonates the police officer, impersonates the daughter, and tells the victim, that to stand by because you'll be being contacted, regarding this. The closers then contact her, which these scammers work in teams, right? They have openers, they have closers. So now the next step is the closer contacts that victim. They impersonate the police and say you need to give money for bail, and then they'll impersonate the court and say you got court fees, and then they'll impersonate a lawyer and say there's legal fee, and they'll just bleed the victim dry. They'll keep calling back with a new contact until the victim has nothing left. That's how a grandparent scam works. And the clip we just watched was bear with us a sec. The clip we just watched was of a scammer in the Dominican Republic. And what's interesting is we have this news article that references a group of Dominicans from the Dominican Republic that were doing this grandparent scam. It was actually a call center that was operating this grandparent scam. Because that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with call centers full of scammers that are either calling people or answering the phone when victims call them. And in this case, as far as the grandparent scam goes, we get some more details inside of the operation thanks to this court filing. 3 residents, Dominican Republic, were extradited to the United States last week. They made their appearance in Newark Federal Court for their participation in a sprawling grandparent scam that defrauded elderly Americans out of millions of dollars. They charged 11 Dominican nationals. Were charged a 19-count indictment. According to the indictment, they engaged in a long-running grandparent or family in need of bail scam against hundreds of seniors across the United States, including New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. One of the people indicted led a call center located in Santiago, Dominican Republic. And as detailed in court filings, the members of the conspiracy referred to as openers, so that's the video we just watched. We just watched an opener, called elderly victims in the United States and impersonated the victims' children, grandchildren, and their relatives. The call centers used technology to make it appear that the calls were coming from inside the United States. Remember, that's an important thing to remember, that these scammers can manipulate what the caller ID shows. Typically, a victim was told that their grandchild had been in a car accident or was arrested in connection with an accident and needed help. Once openers tricked the victims into believing their loved ones were in trouble, other workers at the call centers, known as closers, impersonated defense attorneys, police officers, and court personnel, and convinced victims to provide thousands of dollars in cash to help their loved ones. The cash was typically retrieved by couriers, which is also something that's starting to become more common. We're starting to see couriers actually going and picking up cash in person, or gold too. So yeah, this article gives a little peek behind the scenes about what's going on at these scam call centers. Now I don't know if the guy we just watched was involved in this indictment or not. I don't know if he was part of the group that got busted and broken up for doing these grandparent scams, but they were both from the Dominican Republic. So hopefully it is. Hopefully he got busted. But yeah, so watch out for these grandparent scams. They're extremely common. Be aware of it. It's happening. Make sure your older loved ones are aware of it. Parents, grandparents, older uncles, aunts, because they're the most vulnerable to this. All right, let's take a look at our next example of a scam. It's tax season. You know what that means? IRS and tax scams. And the first example of one of those scams I'm going to show you is an IRS impersonation scam that is currently traveling by text message. So on my screen, you can see an example of a text message that's circulating. It's brand new. It's been going around for the past couple weeks now that it's tax season. And it impersonates the IRS, and it claims you're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment. And then it includes a link. But if you click that link, it's going to steal your personal and financial details. And we've been warned specifically about this text message, the $1,400 economic impact payment that's circulating right now. The IRS is warning about it. We've seen it pop up in headlines in the media in the past couple of weeks. So definitely be aware of this text message going around. The IRS wouldn't reach out to you this way. They wouldn't send you a text message like this. They would, if anything, they would notify you by mail. And as far as these economic impact payments go, they would have been automatic if there were any actually going out. They wouldn't be sending out text messages like these. And especially in this case, the IRS warned us specifically about this message that's currently circulating right now. So you get a text message like this, report junk and delete it. $1,400 economic impact payment. Not real. What's interesting about this one, too, is even though this is spreading right now as a text message, the IRS warned us about this scam a couple of years ago in 2023 because the same scam was traveling by email. All right, so just because we're showing you an example from a text message, be alert of email scams, too, because those have already been going around for years. So watch out for these fake text messages, fake emails, claiming there's an economic impact payment from the IRS. Another example of an IRS and tax scam that's circulating right now, besides scammers impersonating the IRS, you need to look out for fraudulent tax services too, because the scammers are reaching out to people impersonating tax services and claiming to offer services that they have no intention of delivering on. Specifically, a common one that picks up this time of year are tax forgiveness scams. The companies you'll receive emails and phone calls from companies claiming that you owe back taxes and that they could help you get that debt forgiven. But that's all part of a scam. I'm going to play an example of a phone call right now of one of those, of a phone call version of that scam, initially reaching out and trying to target new victims. So I play that for you right now.
Hi, this is Lindsay Carter from the Activation Department. Give me a call back at 833-850-2527. Our records indicate you have some back taxes owed. You're now eligible to apply for them to be forgiven with the Zero Tax Balance Program. Any back owed taxes can be enrolled to be forgiven through this program. But we do need to sign up this week. Just give me a call so we can start the process. It's really quick, and I'll keep your file open here. So my number is 833-850-2527. If you've already resolved this, call back and press 2 to be removed. Can't wait to speak with you. 2.
So that's an example of a fake tax forgiveness scam that's circulating right now. I did call back that number. It disconnects. It doesn't connect you to anybody, and it's clearly a scam. So be on alert for those types of phone calls and even similar offers received by email. That specific phone call actually had reported to me by multiple people. And it's interesting because the phone call tries to use fear. It's a robocall, first of all, and it's playing the same thing to everybody it calls. So it's pretty much just telling everybody, hey, you have back taxes due. It's trying to scare people into thinking they have back taxes due and calling back. Someone I was discussing this with, actually, who received that call, he had already filed his taxes, and he received that call, and his first thought was, did I screw up my taxes? Did I owe something? Right, so that's another way that this scam could fool people. They get a call like this, they figure they just filed taxes, so it makes sense they would get a call, like this, and they fall for the scam thinking, that they messed up and owe back taxes. So, and then of course you have the people that haven't filed yet, and then they get it and thinking, well, let me go see if I can handle this before I file. So there's a whole psychology, to this. So the point is, watch out for these fake scams, tax forgiveness scams, services being offered, unsolicited offers specifically, right? So if you get random calls like this, random emails offering tax forgiveness, be suspicious, do your due diligence, talk to your own accountant. If they're offering tax forgiveness, there's nothing, you could probably just talk to your own accountant and find out if there really is some kind of tax forgiveness. There's no reason to trust these scammers and unsolicited phone calls and emails that might be offering it. So watch out for that type of scam this type of year. It goes right along with IRS impersonation scams. And if you're just joining us, click that heart, say hi in the chat room, give the stream a like. Always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We could always use more subscribers, more likes. We're trying to spread awareness about these scams. We usually do our weekly live stream every Thursday, but we're squeezing an extra one in here today in celebration of National Consumer Protection Week. So click that like, click the heart, say hi in the chat, let us know you're with us. We're going to keep going over a couple more scam examples. And then we want to hear from you. You can also join our Scam Aware 101 mailing list. It's a free mailing list. We'll send out reminders when we're going to be going live. We'll send out some scam awareness tips. We won't abuse the privilege, I promise. So if you haven't joined our mailing list yet, please take a moment, go to scamware101.com and join our free mailing list. You could also follow us, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. Follow us on your favorite platforms. We're most active on Facebook and YouTube, though, so definitely follow us on Facebook if you haven't yet. We have 2 streams going. We got a vertical stream and the wide regular size view stream going. So I'm switching back and forth between the chats, checking in on everybody. So don't be a stranger. Say hi in the chat. And tell us your experience with scams. If you've been scammed, you know somebody that's been scammed, which types of scams you're being targeted with and noticing, red flags. I want to hear from you. But let's get to our next type of scam example here. And we're going to talk about fake arrest warrant scams. All right, so an arrest warrant scam, and sometimes it's referred to as a jury duty scam. But basically, a victim is contacted by a scammer impersonating law enforcement. The scammer claims an arrest warrant was issued and fines must be paid to resolve it. The scammer then threatens the victim with arrest and fines if fines aren't paid immediately. Right? And this scam is actually every week when we go over our weekly scam headlines, every Thursday on our regular live stream, this scam is constantly being reported on. There's constantly new warnings about this scam coming out from other sheriff's departments, law enforcement agencies, and it's these fake arrest warrant scams. And the scammer is actually reaching victims by phone. They're calling them by phone, and the scammer impersonates a sheriff or a police department. And the thing that's tricking victims is, again, the caller ID will show the sheriff's office phone number. It will show the police department. Even though it's a scammer calling, it will show the sheriff's office and police department's phone number. So a lot of victims get fooled by that. They think they could trust the caller ID, and they think they're actually talking to the sheriff's office or the local police department, which is all part of the scam. So it's important to understand that you can't trust the phone number that's shown on the caller ID. And also be aware that a lot of reports we're getting on this scam and a lot of warnings from sheriff's office and local law enforcement offices are reporting that these scammers are providing fake paperwork too. They're providing fake paperwork to victims that look like it's court documents and look like it's actually an arrest warrant, but it's all part of the scam. All right, so be aware of that. It's important to recognize that this type of scam is circulating right now, and what you should do if you're contacted by someone claiming to be from the sheriff's office, claiming to be a police department, claiming there's an arrest warrant out, or claiming that you missed jury duty, because that's what they'll do. They'll claim that you missed jury duty. That's why a warrant's being issued. Sometimes that's the story they'll say. Those are all red flags to be aware of. And if you find yourself in that situation, what you should do, ask which organization they're calling from, then hang up, and then call the organization directly. Go look up the correct phone number, the real phone number for the organization. Call them directly. Your local police department or local sheriff's office. You can't trust who you're talking to on the phone. Even if the caller ID shows that phone number, you can't trust that unsolicited call. You have to hang up and you have to verify, yourself. If you're concerned that it might actually be a warrant out. But again, most of the times it won't be, because this is a scam that's circulating. Most of these calls people are receiving, the scammers trying to scare you. And the police don't like it, so make sure to report it to them and make them aware of it, because that's why we're seeing so many of these warnings. The police do not like being impersonated, so these scammers, they're hurting their feelings, and the police don't like it, so they're letting us know about this one. So be aware of these fake arrest warrant scams. Anything that says you missed jury duty, and especially they threaten. These scammers will threaten to send deputies to your door to arrest you, if you don't pay immediately. So that's all part of the scam. All right, cool. Going for about 3 hours now. We have a few more scams we could go over. Viewers are dwindling down a little bit, though. Let us know in the chat if you're just joining. If you're interested, want to see some more, tell us about your experience. Stick around. We got more people interested. I'll stick around here. Looks like we just got some of the usuals left, though. John and Katie. Always appreciate the regulars. All right, I think I'm going to wrap the live stream up then. All right, well, everybody, thank you for joining that live stream. I'm going to wrap this live stream up. Went over a lot of good scams and good awareness and details about scams to protect yourself, protect your loved ones. We usually do this live stream every Thursday, so please join us again next Thursday at 5:45 p.m. And today was just a special live stream in celebration of National Consumer Protection Week. So click that thumbs up if you haven't yet. Give the live stream a like. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't yet. We'd like to release some videos, all good scam awareness videos to help you be aware of the latest scam trends and how to protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and stay one step ahead of these scammers, because rest assured they're working hard to stay one step ahead of you. So that's all for this live stream. Thank you again for watching. ScamAware101.com. Join our email list. And I'll talk to you next time. Until then, stay safe.